Alright, Gavnap. So today we're comparing two versions of one film. This time it's Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Guy Ritchie's first film, what was it, back in 1999? So this is the theatrical release. And this is the director's cut. So different colour packaging and different person on the front. And the other difference is, this one is now 43 minutes, whereas this one is 2 hours and 8 minutes. So there's about 20 minutes difference in these two. So from what I can ascertain, the director's cut came out a year after the original. So we'll have a look at the differences now. And the first thing we notice is the production companies are different. So the theatrical is a Scar Films and Summit Films Productions, and the director's cut is a Universal and Scar Productions. So the director's cut is different straight off the bat, with a introduction to one of the characters talking about playing cards.
Three-card brag is a simple form of poker. You get 3 cards only, and these you can't change. If you don't look at your cards, you're a blind man, which means you only put in half the stake. 3 of any kind is the highest you can get, but the odds are about 450 to 1 against getting any 3. Then there's running flush, all the same suit, all in order. Then a straight, and a flush, and a pair, and finally, whatever the highest card you've got. Now, there are some telltale signs that can help, but it took me long enough to learn these, so I'm not going to tell you. But they can only help a player, not make one. So, do you want to play?
Right, let's sort the buyers from the spires, the needy from the greedy, and those who trust me from the ones who don't. Because if you can't see value here today, you're not up here shopping, you're up here shopping.
There we go, a bit about the rules of card playing, and then straight into what the theatrical cut is, with Jason Statham at a market. So next up is the second scene that's new in the director's cut. What you'll also notice is the difference in colour and the ratio of the film. So this scene is the introduction to Vinnie Jones, which gets a bit longer in the director's cut.
Tell Harry, did I say speak? And it's Mr. Harry to you. Now, don't disappoint me. Now choose your words very carefully. You may now speak.
Tell Harry, I've been missing Harry. I've been busy. I'm nearly there.
Check his locker, son.
I don't suppose...
So yeah, just a bit of a bigger introduction to Vinnie Jones's character. So the next scene is in a bar, and you'll also know the difference in brightness in the pictures as well.
And you know I won't stand for it.
Now, 3 of your most refreshing drinks, please.
How comes we end up in here?
I don't know. I don't think I mind.
Are you sure you've got that TV up loud enough, mate?
Bacon. Looks like a loon.
So nothing special there, just an introduction of some of the characters that will appear later. So the next scene up is an actual card game, so let's have a look at that.
800. Did you like that, did you, son? When my knees stop knocking, I'll live with it. 400, blind.
Listen, ladies, this is cards. Men play cards. If you want to talk soft, go to the fucking hairdressers. So shut it and play. I'll fold.
1,000. Open.
What sort of pub is this then?
So yeah, just another short introduction to one of the characters in the film.
2,000. 2,000, blind.
You what? 2 grand blind? You've been eating too much British beef, mate. You're bonkers. Mad.
Well, you gonna play?
Fucking right, I'm gonna play. 3 grand. There.
4,000 an open man, you know that.
You do know how to play this game, don't you, Donald? The reason I've only put in half the ante is because I don't know what I've got. Now you play, or you fold.
Fold.
Fold?
Is that the only word they taught you at school, Donald? No, Phil. They also taught me the word cunt.
So it's just a bit more of the card game that kicks off the whole story of the film. So it's another scene that, if you're a fan of the film, you'll want more of. Next up is a scene that was cut for the obvious reasons.
I'll speak to you later. Fucking scarce cunts.
Daddy, if you can hear me, get back in the car now.
Obviously the swearing, naughty boy. So we get more of the card game coming up.
Carrying on, ain't you?
I'll see you.
For $500,000?
Unless you're going to accept 20 quid.
They've still got a sense of humour. It's not monkey nuts, son. You can still fold.
I'll see you.
Just a bit more adding to how serious the stakes are. So now there's a scene with some different characters. The drug dealers.
5 days.
Well, it's still a good idea.
All right. I'll go on for you.
Look, he set us up, right? Which means he put money into us. Which means he expects some money out. Don't have to be an economist to work that out.
You may know we smoke a lot and burn a bit of profit. You can't have any idea how much hard currency we've accumulated. I don't know. Do you know? You can just slice it off the top.
You guys got to realise who this chap is. He might look a bit silly, but he's a fucking lunatic. And if he gets the slightest inkling we're not throwing straight dice, then you and me are going to know what the sharp side of a kebab knife feels like.
Yeah, but I mean, we're in this for the cash, wherever it comes. So you know these guys as well?
Well enough. I've been buying gear off one of them for a couple of years.
So what I like them?
Puffs, nothing heavy. 4 public school boys, soft as shite.
And you keep all the money.
I've heard some stupid fucking ideas, but yours makes bacon sound inspired.
So yeah, it's just a bit more padding. So now we'll come out to another scene with more of the bad guy.
If you're so fucking clever, why don't you come up with a suggestion?
Look, I'm thinking, all right. I am thinking.
Gonna be here all night then, aren't we?
There's Big Chris on his way.
He should be here any minute. I think you're making a big mistake, Harry. That is a lot of money for Chris to be running after.
Who the fuck are you to question my judgment? What do you know about Big Chris, eh? You put Big Chris on a job and he will get it done no matter what gets in his way. His dad used to collect debts, and he's dead before that. And that monster of a boy will, after he's gone. It seems the Almighty himself requested them to collect debts for eternity. And not to fear knocking an hole next door himself if he was behind on his payment. And he's never nicked a nicker in his life. Straight as an arrow and as strong as the bow that fired it. If you dropped your tenner, he would search till he found you. There is a problem. He isn't stable. Heaven protect anybody who touches that boy. Not that that boy needs protecting.
What's all the flapping about?
It's a scene showing how tough Vinnie Jones's character is. Coming up a bit more with the main characters.
$500,000.
Well, what do you want us to do about it?
Hit the fuckers. I know it sounds a bit strong, but it's not as if we're doing anything illegal.
I don't know how you've reached that conclusion.
Because they can't report they've had all their drugs and money nicked, can they?
How many are these fellas?
Don't look all that.
Well, Hitler didn't look all that.
Yeah, all right. But we are in the soup here, and this is a silver spoon. And it's not as if we've got all the time in the world. Dig?
And now another scene that was cut because it was probably a bit too sweary.
In bed with the Antichrist, I win those guns. Drink!
All right, buddy. Calm down. We'll get them all right.
Now, fuck off, you scarce cunts.
Yep, that'll be it. So next up is a very minor scene with a bit extra sting in it.
Careful, JD. You'll give Harry another heart attack. Now,
Not sure it was worth the effort to cut that out. Now it's another scene with the gangsters.
it's not going to be easy. What's that idiot doing next door? Right, we use your van. Now, the stairs up to this place, so I'm going to stick out like bollocks on a bulldog. Plank goes in first. There's a cage, but it's never locked. Is it, Plank?
Never.
It don't want to be. Right, once he's got himself set, he gets the rest of us in. Now, we get nasty with a couple of them, shit them up, gag them, whatever. And these wankers shouldn't give us any problems. Like any cowboys, with a few tools lying around. When the job's done, we come straight back here and unload. And Robert's your father's brother. Everyone savvy? Sweet. Right, we'll do it tomorrow at 8. Evidently these slaves like to lay about in bed till midday. Lowest ever and all that. That's the way I like it. Jesus.
Don't worry, we can manage this.
And what do you want me to do?
I don't know, Soap. Turn up and look mean.
What do you mean? Look mean.
You know, growl a bit. Look, just look as if you know what you're doing. You can do that, can't you?
Well, I can do better than that. Have a look at these.
That scene actually looked like it was quite necessary. So I don't know why they cut it out. So up next is a scene cut. That's a bit of a flashback.
A good few years ago, your dad and Harry both played Brad together. Now, JD is a better player, but Harry is a shit and a cheat. This game went on for about 2 days until your dad lost everything he had. But Harry wanted more. He wanted to put your dad deep in debt, so he plays on and on until the stakes are a joke. Harry's got some filthy little scam going on where he wants to put JD in trouble for years. Harry turns over and he has got next to unbeatable cards. Everyone falls over, of course. They all hate Harry. JD starts to weep. It's a real mess. Harry starts laughing, he's cheering, he's doing a little jig, and he turns JD's cards over. JD, by this time, is crying proper tears. I mean, this is next to pathetic. We see the cards. He's got 3 3s, the best possible cards, and the only time I have ever seen them. JD continues to cry, but now it doesn't seem so pathetic. Harry, he's had a heart attack. JD's bought this place with the profits, and he's never played cards since. Harry's been looking for a way to get revenge for all those years. Now you have just given him his cue. If Harry don't kill you, then your father will. He is not a happy chappy, Ed.
Yes.
Something tomorrow morning. No fucking about, Ed. Get back here now.
So that's the scene that adds a bit more backstory to the whole thing, which I would have liked kept in the film. So now another scene back with the drug dealers.
Where'd they get those outfits? Not a bad idea, though.
Come on, you fucking jellyheads, move it! You've been up for 2 hours, you should have got somewhere by now. The money and the gear's got to be out by 12. Who's that? Jake, don't you dare open the door until you've used that cage. I'm serious. Find out who it is first.
Hello, can I help you?
All right, it's Plank. Is Willie there?
No, I'm afraid...
And that is young Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, that scene's not being missed in the theatrical cut.
Don't complicate things, just died.
And something cut for language again, I guess. Now back to another scene with the gangsters.
No, Harry, yeah, come on.
I don't know, they fucking think they can be, but I won't find them. Of course I'll find them. I don't give a flying fuck who they think they are. I'm gonna find them, I'm gonna kill them. I'll peel them, I'll fucking slice them. I'll fucking enjoy them, I
guess just a bit more about how he's angry. Now another scene with the drug dealers taken up by the other gangsters.
Look up and get drunk now, please. Look, we had the gates up. But I mean, he stuck a shotgun through them. The poor bloody Jay got shot. Right mess.
It'd be more than your life's worth if you just with me.
Some girl took one of them out. He was in the right 2 and 8.
We shot one of them.
Not much missing there, but let's continue. That's the scene with the gangsters and the other gangsters. So let's see what's going on there.
I have 3 interests in life, Nick. No, 4. Football, music, money, and the annihilation of anyone that interferes in that shortlist. I know you couldn't have known my position, because you're not that stupid that if you did, you wouldn't have turned up.
A scene that will never be missed there. So here we go, more Vinnie Jones.
Hello, John. Nice holiday.
Yeah, terrific, Chris. I got sunstroke and concussion thrown in for an extra grand.
Sounds like a good deal. You're not complaining, are you, John?
No, mate, I'm thinking of taking the family next year.
Fair play to you.
That's you, Chris.
Harry? How did you get...
So yeah, another filler scene. So now up next is an addition to a scene.
Tom left through a side door, and Chris left with the money, and everybody else got arrested.
Odds, chaps. Got to remember the odds.
I hope I'm not interrupting. I need to know. What's going on, son?
He's not one of them.
That looks like it should have been left in. Not sure why they took that out. And now a bit more sting.
Before he plays, it's in all our interest.
All right, lads. How's it going? Made it soap? Still cooking?
Yeah, yeah.
How about the girls? What about your diet? Where's that son of mine?
So yeah, coming up to the end of the film, another scene that would be okay back in the theatrical cut. So there we go. That was the difference between the theatrical and the director's cut. And if you're a big fan of the film, I can see you enjoying the director's cut more, but the theatrical cut is fine if that's all you want. So now is the end credits, which is a bit different in the director's cut because there's some outtakes.
bar standing on the corner, right? Dwarf walks up to her carrying a suitcase. He says, how much? She says, a winner. He says, all right. Takes her up to her room. He says, all right, take your clothes off, get on the bed. So she lays down on the bed. Dwarf opens his suitcase, pulls out these 4 springs, right? Puts one on each hand, one on each foot. Bounces over to the bed, gets on top of her, boing, boing, starts bouncing up and down like a madman. Boing, boing, gives her the best shag she's ever had in her life, right? He's on her for like 2 hours, shagging away, boing, boing, right? Bounces off her after a while, right? And it was the best fuck she's ever had in her life. She's laying there on the bed, she's like, I'm sorry, but that was just amazing. That was the best fuck I've ever had in my life. So what technique do you call that? She says, 4-spring dwarf technique.
There were 2 old guns there. Where are they now?
Not in the cabinet, there wasn't. There was a couple of old Armagnac muskets the butler was carrying, but they were ours. We sold them.
We got to sell them sharpish.
Hey, they were ours. We had to sell them.
I'm not fucking interested. If you don't want to be counting the fingers you haven't got, or sharing a bed with the Antichrist, I suggest you get those guns. Quick!
All right.
You get us ice cream while you're at it.
That takes care of that lot, son.
Hey! Go on,